Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Cove here, and we're kicking off some more daily transfer gossip. If you're new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But for now, we're going to crack into it. It's quite a quick one today. I think it's 11 rumours, not 16, as you can see on the screen. I just need to refresh the page to get rid of that. So we're starting with Flanagan, and obviously a Liverpool player, 22 now, which, it's still young in football terms, but he's not a young player anymore. He's not a huge prospect anymore, so he's going to have a loan deal to Burnley is what I'm reading. Obviously, he comes up as left back on that, but I think he's more suited to right back. Obviously, he's right-footed. It was his original position. He just ended up doing really well at left back. Kind of feel sorry for him because it was a really big injury that kept him out, and now he's kind of been knocked down a few pegs in terms of, the list of getting in the first team. So it's a bit disappointing for him, but a loan spell will do him good. And it also suits Burnley down to the ground. Obviously, they get a player who's actually played in the Premiership before, a player who's going to give his all in every single game like he always did for Liverpool. So it's a nice little signing for both clubs. Gives Flanagan a chance to get fully fit, have a full season of Premiership football under his belt again, before hopefully challenging for a first-team place next season. Next up is Ashley Williams. Right, we called this one yesterday. You heard it here first. Everton, what was mentioned yesterday was that they see him as the Stones replacement. Now today, it's moved on to a stage where a 10 million fee has been agreed, and Williams is set to travel to, I think it's Everton's training base, either his training base or Merseyside for the medical. I can't remember which one was said. But yeah, it's a done deal. Pretty much done deal. Apart from personal terms and a medical, this one is done, and Williams will be an Everton player, which is an interesting one. I think he's 30 now, which is not really what you should be going for if you're trying to build a squad for the future. I think it's a good signing, but for that money, not too sure. Next up is Johnny Evans, another really strange one. Arsenal are planning a £15 million move for the ex-Manchester United centre-back, obviously currently playing for West Brom. Not doing fantastically for West Brom either. It's just, I think Arsenal are that desperate that they want somebody who's obviously got that experience, and he may be second fiddle. He may play first team. Not too sure. It depends how you look at it. Obviously, Koscielny is number one, and it's whether Gabriel or potentially Evans, when he comes in, would get that second centre back position. A player going out of the Premiership is Rahman. He has been allowed to leave on loan to Schalke from Chelsea. Obviously, Chelsea doing that thing again when they have about 40, 50 players out on loan. And Rahman, for such a good player, he's actually going out on loan as well. Next up is a super old story. I haven't actually reported on Jonas Hector for so long, pretty much since he was starting games in the Euros at the very start of that competition. Been pretty much a dead transfer ever since then, but Liverpool are ready to reignite their pursuit of Jonas Hector, pretty much mainly because every other transfer target that they've had at left back certainly hasn't come true yet. Liverpool do have Moreno, so I don't think Liverpool are desperate to get a left back, but I don't think Moreno's a fan. Well, as I say, Klopp's a fan of Moreno even, so it's an interesting one that Liverpool are constantly getting linked to left backs, constantly trying to make that sign. And Hector's a solid player. I just don't think he's very good going forward, and he's not that quick when I was watching him at the Euro, so I'm a bit worried about that one, to be honest. I think he would be a strong player, and defensively he is a hell of a lot better than Moreno. Next up, again, another strange one. These rumours are absolutely mental today. Apparently, PSG are interested in Jesse Rodriguez from Real Madrid. Obviously, this is a foreign transfer, so it's a bit different to what I usually go down, but I thought it was that strange. Why would PSG want him? I think he's a decent player, but I expect him to go to a club that's Europa League place maybe, or, in a lesser league as such. So it's just a strange one that PSG would be interested in him. Next up is Sané. We've been through this one so many times, but it was just a bit of an update on this one. Manchester City will complete a £46.5 million deal either today or tomorrow. That's what I'm hearing reports of through Twitter and other media sources. So it's an interesting one. I can't wait for this deal to be done. It's a bit like Pogba. It's been dragging out for so long, but everyone knows that Sané will probably go to Manchester City. Everyone knows that Pogba will go to Man U. It's just about those deals getting done, and Sané looks like it's getting towards that stage. Januzaj has today said he wants to leave Manchester United on a permanent basis, not a loan deal. He doesn't want to get shipped out on loan anymore. He wants to leave. He wants to basically have a fresh start at a new club, which, good on him. I think it's what he needs. He can't just be getting sent out on loan all the time. He's never going to do well because obviously he failed at Dortmund in terms of a loan spell, and he just needs he just needs a manager that believes in him and is going to play him constantly. Next up is well, I'd say a done deal. It's close to, and it is obviously Saka. West Brom have agreed a fee with West Ham for his services, so he will now be a West Brom player, providing obviously his medical and personal issues go through. Moving on to Mario Balotelli. Looks like nobody wants him. Obviously, we got linked to Besiktas, I think it was like 2 episodes ago, and it was the owner of Besiktas who was like, yeah, I want to get Balotelli. However, the coach of Besiktas has now came out and said he doesn't want Balotelli. So it's a bit of a conflicting issue there between the two. Obviously, the coach kind of needs the players, and he kind of needs the players that he wants. However, the owner pretty much verifies what he gets. So it could still happen, not going to lie, but I just can't see. I think the coach will pretty much put his foot down and say, I don't want him. And finally, we end on Icardi, the big one. Arsenal are going to turn attention to him instead of Lacazette. If their latest bid for the Frenchman gets rejected, they will go for Icardi. But it looks like it could cost more than what Lacazette would cost. So that is what the team looks like, guys. Obviously, you know, a lot of transfers that we kind of knew about would happen. And a new one is Icardi. I'd be interested to see him. Like, you would have a nice little link with Aguero up front, and Icardi will surely get a boost in FIFA. But guys, if you did enjoy, as always, we try and hit 10 likes on these videos so far at the moment, and we haven't been doing too badly. If we could try and hit 10 likes again, I would be made up. And I shall see you tomorrow for more transfer gossip.